Hey everybody, welcome back to Epic Beauty Fail. I'm Jessica, and on today's video I am doing day 3 of January's 5 days of foundation. I hope you're enjoying this series so far. I am going to be trying out my first impression of the Ulta Beauty HD Soft Focus Liquid Foundation. Here's what the product looks like. Okay, and it does have a pump on the top, and I got the color Light Cool. So I am going to start with primer. I have already moisturized my face. I am filming this video in December, obviously, so I could get it up by the first week in January. And I am running into a little bit of dryness on my skin. I was just traveling this week, so this day is actually being filmed about 3 or 4 days after the last day 2 of the 5 days of foundation. And I find when I travel, and I do have a little bit of a cold too, but I find when I travel, my whole system gets thrown off. So anyway, I am having a little bit of dryness, especially down like on the lower parts of my cheeks and on my cheeks. So I did put a couple of things on my face. I did put my moisturizer from Clinique on this morning, which is an oil-based moisturizer, and I don't normally use that. I usually use a more water-based or a gel moisturizer from Neutrogena. I do have a couple of new moisturizers I want to try here soon, but I did put the oil one on today because I did feel like I have a lot of dryness like down on the lower parts of my cheeks. I also put on the Pixi Hydrating Milky Mist to try to give me a little bit more hydration there, and then the Milk Cooling Water just on certain parts of my face. So I am really trying to make sure I have a lot of moisture in my skin today, just because I know it's a little bit off. So I am going to be using this primer that I've been using the last couple of days actually while I was on travel. This is the IT number 50 Serum Anti-Aging Collagen Veil Primer. The first time I tried this out, I wasn't overtly excited about it, but I think that might have been for different reasons. So I am going to use this. I have liked it the last couple of days, and it smells like oranges, so it does have a pleasant smell. But I have been having some luck with this the last couple of days, so I figured I'd just go ahead and throw it on again today with this video. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to be using the Ulta HD Soft Focus Liquid Foundation. I am going to say this, I have been having a cold the last couple of days. I usually get sick when I do travel, and probably going to be blowing my nose, so I have very little hope for this on my nose, but I'm going to give it a try anyway and see how we're doing. I wanted to make sure I filmed this video today because I wanted to make sure that I got it up on time in January. So, okay, I'm a little worried about the color. I think it might be a little bit dark, but then again, I always say that and it always ends up being okay. But I'm going to be using my Love is the Foundation brush. I got this in October. I believe they always put one out in October. I'm going to use a brush on the right side of my face, and then I'm going to be using my L'Oreal sponge on the left-hand side of my face. Well, I will say this. I think this might be the closest foundation match that I have found to date. I'm going to zoom you in real quick before I do the other side of my face because I want to show you the color match to my skin. So I don't know if you guys can tell, but like I have foundation on this whole side of my face, and including my forehead, and I'm looking in the mirror here and I can see the line is right here. So I did go a little bit past the middle, but if it wasn't for the fact that I have natural redness in my skin, like I feel like this is matching my face at least almost perfectly. But I will say that my brush soaked up most of my foundation, and I used 3 pumps on the back of my hand and I barely got that side of my face. So I'm going to go ahead and do 3 more pumps and use the sponge on the left-hand side of my face. Alright, so one thing I have to mention is that this has a very chemically smell, so it doesn't smell very good, but the smell does dissipate very quickly. I only smell it when I first put it on. I will say this is I feel like it's a very light coverage. It's just sort of like balancing out the skin tone on me. I don't feel like it's really covering anything. And I feel like it's doing some funky things on my nose here. I don't know if you guys can see that or if the camera's picking it up, but I do feel like it's doing some weird things like right in here. Now, some of that could be that because my nose is kind of on the dry side right now and it's a little irritated because I have been blowing my nose last couple of days. That could be what's causing it. I don't know. But I think on the rest of my skin it looks really good, but I like a light foundation. I don't like super heavy foundations. As you saw, if you saw the last 2 days of my foundation reviews, those were both more high coverage foundations and I really didn't like the way they sat on my skin. This one seems to be doing all right. I think it looks really natural actually. I don't know, what do you guys think? I feel like it's very natural on my skin right now. And which is good because we're just going to be running around. We've got some Christmas shopping to do. I am filming this before Christmas. So we've got some Christmas shopping to do today. So you'll see when I get the rest of my makeup on, I'm not going for anything like super dramatic or anything. I'm going for a very subtle look today. So yeah, I'm liking the way it's sitting on my skin right now. I am going to go ahead and do the rest of my makeup. Let's see what time it is. It is, so it's about 12:09 right now, and I am going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and I will see you in just a little bit. But for right now, my very initial impressions, I'm actually really liking this. I feel like it looks very natural on the skin. It is settling a little bit weird on my dry patches, so maybe if you have dry skin, this isn't really good for you, but we'll see. I will say that I like this foundation better with the sponge. This is the first time I'm using this brush, so I will use it with some other foundations before I give my final review on that brush, but or my final opinion on that brush. But I do feel like it's looking a little bit better on this side, which is why you saw me sponging this side as well as I was talking. But overall, I'm really liking this foundation so far. So I'm going to go ahead and put the rest of my makeup on, and I will see you in just a couple minutes. Alright everybody, so I am done with the rest of my face. Let's see, what do I have on my face? I have, on my cheeks, I have the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer and Butter Blush. This is in the regular bronzer, not the light bronzer, and this is in the color Natural Glow. I do have the highlighter on my cheeks is the Collab Glow for the Gold color. So that's what I have on my face. On my eyes, I have some Smashbox eye primer, Wet n Wild Lash Renegade, and then the Tartelette in Bloom palette. I just got this in November, and I'm really liking this actually so far. So that's what's on my eyes. Oh, and this little eyeliner here from Beauty For Real. This is the 24/7 eyeliner in the color Whiskey. And then this is a accomplishment for me. I have actually hit pan on something. Now it is just a sample size, but the powder that I'm using is the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores Pressed. I got this sample in one of my beauty boxes, and if you can see, I actually hit pan on this product. It's the first product I've ever hit pan on, so that's an accomplishment. And then on my lips, I have the NARS. This is the Audacious Lipstick in the color Anita. And it's just like a peachy pink color. So that, and then I do have some Milani Make It Last setting spray. So that is everything that's on my face. Honestly, I am very concerned right now. So the time now is 12:33, 34, and I did have to blow my nose already once, so I have very little hope for the foundation that is on my nose. I just do. It's okay. I know that's going to be a problem, so I will not hold this against this foundation, the fact that my nose is probably going to be rubbed off by the end of the day. What I am concerned about though, and I'm going to try to get you a little bit closer to see if you can see it. If you can see right in here on my cheek and down here on my chin, it feels or looks like the foundation's actually breaking up. Primarily like right in here. Like it looks like it's actually breaking up already. And on my chin. In here. It's so weird. Like, this part of my face right here, I didn't put anything on my face. I don't have any concealer on. I put powder over it, but I've used that powder way many times before, obviously, and I've never had this issue before. So this primarily is the area that I'm mostly concerned about, and then on my chin as well, but we'll see. So I don't know how this is gonna last throughout the day. I am gonna give it at least 8 hours, so I will not be taking it off until at least after 8 o'clock tonight. About 8:30 is what I'm gonna shoot for. I am gonna be running errands, so I hope it doesn't continue to break up too much. Like I said, it's just this part right in here and on this side. So that could possibly be from the tissue from blowing my nose. So I'm gonna keep an eye on that part of my face, but I definitely did not rub the tissue on my chin. So I am a little bit concerned about that. I am going to keep an eye on it. On my forehead, it's still really looking nice. I know it's only been 20 minutes, but my forehead is still looking really nice. And surprisingly on my nose, except for like this area here where I know I wiped it off and then I reapplied it, this part of my nose is actually looking pretty good still, which, you know, whatever. And even like on my cheeks over here, like on the back parts of my cheeks, doesn't look bad where I applied like the bronzer and highlighter and blush. That part's not looking bad. So I'm not sure, like I said, maybe this is because of me blowing my nose. I don't know, but I will keep you updated. So we will see. I will check in probably around 4:30, 5 o'clock, 4:30ish. I'll try to shoot for 4:30 to let you know how it looks after about 4 hours, and then we will shoot for 8:30 tonight before I take it off. So, like I said, not having a really much hope for my nose area, but we'll see. So, other than it breaking down around here, and I will try these foundations again throughout the month to let you know what my thoughts are after using it multiple times. But other than just this area around my nose, I'm really liking the color. I think the color is probably the closest color match in foundation that I've tried to date. Honestly, I don't feel like I had to take this down my neck, and maybe it's just the way the lighting is in here, but I don't really feel like I had to take it down my neck at all. Because I feel this is so close to my natural skin color. So I'm amazed at how close this is. I like the way that it looks pretty natural. It's not caking up like down here along the sides of my chin. And it actually on the sides of my nose, it's looking pretty good, even though I did blow my nose. So overall, I'm liking the way it's looking right now, except for, like I said, that weird area around my nose that it seems to be breaking up in. So anyhow, I will see you in a couple of hours. All right, everybody, it is, what time is it? I'm borrowing Joan's phone here because I forgot my watch. It is about 4. It is about 4:38 in the afternoon, evening, and sorry, I wanted to get Joan's phone back. So actually, this isn't looking too bad. I don't feel like this has gotten any worse. So that's actually not looking bad. It's gone from my nose, but I have blown my nose a couple times, so there's really not much of a chance for that to be showing up very good, like especially on this side, it's pretty much gone. But on my forehead, it looks really, really good. I feel like on like down here, like I feel like I'm not wearing anything. And if it wasn't for spots like this on my skin, I wouldn't like know that I had foundation on. So I'm really, really liking this. I don't feel like this area has gotten any worse, at least as of right now. So I think this is still looking okay. It's mainly over here on my nose. And then, like I said, that's pretty much about the same as where it was earlier. So, sorry, I'm standing in a parking lot. We just had some dinner. So anyhow, right now, 4 hours in, I'm actually really liking this. It's definitely not high coverage. It's definitely like low coverage, very light coverage foundation. So it's not doing too bad. I really like it right now. I don't know. What do you guys think 4 hours in? I think it looks okay. All right, I'll check in with you guys at 8 o'clock or 8:30ish, somewhere in there. Bye. All right, everybody, I am back. It is a little bit earlier than I had planned. It is, I don't know if it's gonna show up there, about 7:25, so I'm about an hour early, a little bit less than an hour early. Honestly, it has nothing to do with the actual foundation itself. It has to do with the fact that I'm just not feeling real well, and I keep blowing my nose. So I have had this on for 7 hours. I could probably keep it on for another hour or even 2, because honestly, I'm not having a problem with this foundation at all. As far as wearing it, it feels really nice on my skin. I'm gonna zoom you in though, and then we'll talk about the specifics. Okay, so as far as the foundation goes, I can't even feel it on my skin. I mean, it feels that nice on my skin that I can't feel it. I feel like it matches my skin tone really well. For example, down here on like my lower part of my chin, I do feel like right in here that it has started to wear away. But because it matches my skin tone so closely, I don't feel like you can even really notice it. Yeah, like right in here. If I wasn't looking for it, I don't think you could notice it. So I don't know if you guys can notice it or not. It still looks the same in here as it did earlier, like in the chin area. So maybe I just needed a little bit more in that area. I think my forehead looks good. I think my cheeks look really good. I don't think I had any problems with the bronzer or the highlighter or the blush going anywhere. I feel like they're still right where I put them. Overall, around my face, I feel like it looks really good. And it feels really good, which is amazing to me. Like, I might have found one of my new favorite foundations. I do like the Urban Decay Naked Skin. I also like the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea. Those are two of my favorite foundations because they feel like this. Because they don't feel heavy. They don't feel like I'm wearing makeup. And I can tell you that I really do believe that this one is along the same level of those two as far as how it feels on my skin. I feel like it feels very, very good. My nose is a mess. I cannot fault the foundation for that though. So like all right in here on this side of my nose, it's wiped off. I mean, I have a cold. I've been blowing my nose today. I can't expect that foundation to stay on when I'm rubbing my nose with a tissue. It's not as bad on this side, but I am right-handed, so I think I just have more pressure on my right-hand side. So yeah, I mean, even on the tip of my nose though, like right in here where I would put my tissue, it is sort of staying on there. Like there is one spot over here that's gone, a little bit on this side that's gone, but like in the center of my nose, I feel like it's still there. So it didn't do a horrible job. My nose is a little bit dry because of the fact that I've had a cold for the last couple of days. But even like down in here where I was saying when I first put the foundation on that I was having a dry patch on the lower part of my skin, I don't notice it. Like at all. I don't feel like it's noticeable. And on this side as well, like the lower part of my chin has been dry. I don't notice any problems there at all. So I'm really liking this foundation. I would definitely say that if you haven't tried it, to give it a try. I'm totally amazed with how close this is matched to my skin color, how well it has worn, and how naturally it has worn, like down here on my chin where it's worn off just a little bit. This is worn extremely naturally. It feels really good on my skin. I don't feel like it's clogging anything. Like some foundations I feel are just like sitting in my pores. I don't feel like that with this. So so completely, I would definitely recommend you giving this a try. It is Ulta brand, so it's not high price. Let me see if I can find the price for you really quick. Okay, so this is $14 for this bottle, for the 1 ounce. So I think the Naked Skin is in the $30-something range, and I think the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea is like $42, and this is $14, and this is 1 ounce. So I would even consider repurchasing this, and I'm not a big fan of liquid foundations, but I would consider repurchasing this foundation because it feels that nice on my skin. I am going to continue to give this more tries. I would say the biggest drawback is that there's only 10 colors, so the color range is not very broad. Yeah, the deepest shade is like a medium deep, and that's not even that deep. So Yeah, the shade range is very, very poor, but it feels really nice on my skin. So, and then the one area that I said was a problem earlier, like right in here beside my nose, I don't really feel like that has gotten worse. I mean, it's definitely missing from my skin right in there, but I think that's from tissues. So I will wear this some more, and in my recap video at the end of January, I will let you know what I think of it. But yeah, I really like this foundation. I really do. So anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up down below. If you haven't already and you would like to be, please hit that red subscribe button, and don't forget to hit the little bell to notify you when I do upload new videos. Let me know if you have any comments in the comment section down below, and I will see you tomorrow for day 4 of 5 days of foundation for January. Bye!